Bubba Cunningham, the director of athletics at the University of North Carolina and a proud Notre Dame graduate, joins us. Bubba, Notre Dame and North Carolina meet on Saturday in what is really turning out to be quite the rivalry since the Irish has a rapport with the ACC conference in football.
Well, it is. And Notre Dame, it's a great institution. Love being there and really looking forward to welcoming everybody to North Carolina. But the only way it can possibly be a rivalry is if there's equal winning in the rivalry. And we need to balance it because right now Notre Dame's got way the upper hand.
Well, right now the Tar Heels with that 3-0 record under Coach Mac Brown doing the right things this year. What do you see from this year's football team?
Well, certainly we have a lot of leadership coming out of our quarterback, who's a first-year player. He's fantastic. We've got a couple of guys on defense. Our linebackers are good. Cedric Gray leads that group in the at the linebacker. And you know, we have a lot of really young talent, and they're good. They're not where we need them to be yet, so we're excited about it. But I think Coach Brown, the coach, has done a great job bringing these kids along.
But with the landscape of college football changing very rapidly, will fans be able to experience this rivalry between Notre Dame and North Carolina in the coming years?
I think so. I think the ACC is a very strong league. Notre Dame obviously being an independent in football in the league and everything else. I think it's good for Notre Dame. It's good for the ACC. And I think playing 5 games in the ACC each year is good because it gets Notre Dame around the country, while they can also maintain those national relationships that are so valuable to them.
In terms of the changing landscape, what has been the most challenging or the biggest opportunity for college football for you?
Well, I think, all the things that are being talked about today. I think the NIL influence, the transfer portal, I think that's significant. I think the leadership in Indianapolis is going to be an important change for us because we're being sued by so many different groups. So when I think about the future of college athletics, I think there's 4 things that we really need to continue to get our arms around. Number one, we need to make sure we have incredible national championships because I think that's the most important thing that we do. Number 2, I think we have to maintain competitive equity in all of our sports. Number of coaches, number of games, number of participants per sport. I think that's important as well. And then the new things I think are really a challenge for us. The compensation model of student athletes. It just doesn't appear that the scholarship is enough. And so I think we have to really study what does that look like in 22 and beyond. And then the last piece, I think, is the acquisition and retention of talent. Because, every other group, we're recruiting these students to come. The transfer portal, the NIL make it very easy for people to move. And I think that's a challenge for us. And I think we have to really be thoughtful with the new president of the NCAA. What does college athletics look like going forward, given those new realities?
Saturday, Notre Dame and North Carolina teed up on the gridiron. And you've been, I believe, at 2 schools where you have played Notre Dame. What's it like to watch a Notre Dame football game, but being with the other school?
Well, obviously, when I'm at the other school, that's the team I'm watching. There's an opponent that we happen to play that wears gold helmets, but there's only one school that's important to me when we're playing. And the same is true of every other Notre Dame staff member, coach, and administrator. So it's a great rivalry. I certainly respect the tradition of Notre Dame. Enjoyed my experience there. But boy, when it comes game time, there's only one team that's important to me.
A win over Notre Dame on Saturday by the Tar Heels. What does this do for the program and the university?
Oh, it does an awful lot. Coach Brown has come back to Carolina. He's done a magnificent job reinvigorating our fan base, and it's an important step for our program. We've had 3 good years with Coach. This is his 4th, and he's got us in a great position. But a win, we all need wins each and every weekend, and this is a very big weekend for us.
Bubba, final question. You've alluded to it. What does Notre Dame mean to you?
It's a great spot. Obviously, my wife and I both went there. We had a couple of kids go there. We get back as frequently as we can. We have great friends that went there that still live in South Bend. It's a great university, but so is the University of North Carolina. We absolutely love it here at Chapel Hill. And I think everyone that comes from South Bend to Chapel Hill this weekend will realize what a wonderful place it is. I tell a lot of people down here, North Carolina is a lot like Notre Dame, but we have a lot better weather.
Well, it's going to be a great weekend down in Chapel Hill. And as my good friend Tony Roberts always said, I want that game to go right down to the final seconds to be a broadcaster's dream. Have a great Saturday.
Appreciate it. Looking forward to having you here.